Right, it is 6:30 on November 10th. We're going to go ahead and call the regular meeting of the McGregor City Council to order. Please stand and recite the pledge with me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated. We're going to start with public comments. And looks like three of them have a certain agenda item that they want to speak on. So we'll go ahead and Rebecca Eubank, please come on up and introduce yourself. The mic is on, isn't it? That'll work.
Continue to come in under budget as the current district clerk. The previous district clerk, John Mitchell, did the past 3 and 4 budget cycles. So that's just a little bit about me. Like I said, I just wanted to come say hello and introduce myself.
Welcome, and we won't hold the Air Force thing against you. All right, we have two others that are not specific agenda items. So the first one, Mr. McCain.
Yes, sir. How are y'all doing today? Yeah, my name is Brent McCain, and good evening, Mayor, council members, and citizens. I'm here tonight not just as a visitor to this city, but I've got some relatives that live here in McGregor. And back in the late 1900s, early 2000s, I worked here as a paramedic for about 4 or 5 years. So I wish I were here under better circumstances, and unfortunately I'm compelled to speak because of a disturbing pattern of unprofessional behavior, not just from one individual, but across multiple levels of this city's emergency services and governmental offices. When those in positions of authority act without respect, without proper training, and without accountability, the damage goes far beyond one incident. It erodes public trust, it creates fear where there should be confidence, and it sends the message, intentionally or not, that some people don't matter, or that abuse of power will be tolerated. Back in late August, early September, my wife was house sitting at our son's place in McGregor when our grandson's pet alpaca suffered a medical emergency, a heat stroke. All she needed was some lifting assistance. I tried to call around to get somebody to help. I couldn't get anybody. I was out of town, about 2 hours away. So I thought, oh, fire department often helps with pets. So I called dispatch. And dispatcher said, let me call somebody and I'll call you back. She called me back, said, I spoke with a firefighter. And they said, we don't do that. They don't do that kind of thing. I said, okay, it could be in their policies. So, I started thinking, said a firefighter. I don't know who she spoke to. It could have been the greenest volunteer firefighter on the force. So I did a public information request. And when I did that request, I went up to the police department. I got there about 2 minutes after 6, so they were locked. Called dispatch, and they sent an officer over there. And the officer came in through the, went around to the back, they opened the front door, and stood there, and basically prevented me from going into the lobby. It was quite hot. So it was just as hot in the lobby as it was out here. I asked him for, I need to fill out a public information request. Could you just give me a piece of paper and a pen? Well, the person that you need to speak to is not here. You have to wait till Monday. I said, I just need to fill out a public information request and give it to you, and then give it to the proper person. He wouldn't do that, so I went back to my truck. I sat for a minute, and he came out to my truck and handed me a form, basically a public information request form. But I went back home and I basically printed out my own. Went back the next day, gave it to the same officer, took it, and so I waited. Basically, it was a request for the phone call between the dispatcher and the firefighter. Well, I work offshore, so it was a while before I could return and get that information. I listened to it finally after the antiquated, getting it off the DVD drive. And the dispatcher and the firefighter, who's actually not here, but he's one of the council members, laughed on the phone. I understand it's an unusual request, but laughed on the phone about it. That's not professional. So, so let me be clear, this is not about making a political statement. It's about asking the leadership of McGregor, this council, the police department, the fire department, to take responsibility. When I attempted to raise the issue responsibly, the police chief would not return my phone calls. He would not return my emails. So I had to call Mr. Kevin over here. Kevin got him to call me. And of course he said, well, the guy who called me, he didn't know. I asked the officer, what's your name? Who's the fire chief? Well, I can't tell you. And then I tried to contact you, Kevin, multiple times, via phone, via email, and in person. Never available. So, and then the city of McGregor was also hiding my Facebook comments. What limited areas I could comment on, they were hiding those comments. That's illegal. The lawyer sent a message over to, I'm not sure if it was the mayor or Kevin there. So that the comments were unhidden, but then of course there were no other comments being able to allow. So I went to social media. I went to the Facebook page, McGregor, one of those McGregor Facebook pages, and I posted about it. And I will tell you, and I don't feel very, though it was not illegal, I shouldn't have done it. But I went outside of town, I did open carry. Carried my AR. And the police department approached me, very professional, and I had no issues. And the reason I did that was to see if the police department would uphold their own. Right or wrong, I did that, but thinking back, I might not should have done so. So what I would like, I'm sorry. So again, I want to be clear, I'm not trying to make enemies. I mean, I've got family that lives in this community. And, so I just think I expect professional behavior from our public servants, whether it's an officer taking a complaint from a citizen family members of residents will not be dismissed or ignored. This is a city with pride and history, but no community is above accountability, and no badge, be it law enforcement or fire or otherwise, gives anyone a pass to behave in a way that is unprofessional. So tonight I'm asking publicly and on the record for this council to take the following steps. Launch an independent review of the incident and the personnel involved, including dispatcher, firefighter, and any supervisory staff who failed to respond properly. Examine internal communication policies across City Hall to determine why constituents' calls and emails are being ignored, and publicly commit to a standard of professional conduct and communication for all city staff, whether paid, appointed, or volunteer. This isn't about punishing people, it's about restoring trust in a system that, frankly, has lost mine. When someone calls for help, they deserve to be taken seriously. When someone raises a concern, they deserve to be heard. And when someone is treated unfairly, they deserve a path to resolution, not a wall of silence. McGregor is better than this, but it's time to prove it. Since my initial public information request, the city has done things that, I don't think are right. We already mentioned Kevin ignoring my phone calls. The chief, when I went in Monday to the police department to give the public information, Ms. Ray, some information showing that basically she was requiring me to pick up my public information in person. That's not what the Texas Public Information Act says. I can have a representative. As a matter of fact, I was offshore and I still was able to get a notarized paper authorizing this individual to pick up my information. They allowed him to pay for it, but they would not allow him to pick it up. The chief was partly responsible for it. I asked for if there was a policy and procedure. No, they have nothing written, no written policies. It's just something that they said. Now, the first time I requested public information, I was going to have my daughter pick it up for me. She was not able to. Now, all of a sudden, I have to come in person to pick it up, or they have to mail it. They couldn't mail it until they got a payment. So, city attorney is should be talking to you folks about these. I mean, it's definitely what they're doing is look up Texas Government Code 552.023. Look up that government code. And one last thing. There is, and I have some information out in the truck. If I can give that to you guys after the meeting or so, that explains that the city cannot prevent somebody with a license to carry from either openly or concealed carry into a city council meeting. It's not, oh, you can conceal it, but you can't open carry. It's both, you can. And I've got the information out there that says you can. I fought this with the city of Brewster. So, the chief was nice about it, he's wrong.
Right.
And not only that, you can't, I'll wrap it up, you can't see the sign at night. I look, you cannot see the writing on that sign, but it's illegal. Thank y'all very much for listening to me, and I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. All right, we have one other with no specific agenda item, and that is Ms. Hagar. And I don't want to cut you short or anything like that, but we need to kind of get along with the meeting. Oh, was it both? Okay, I'm sorry about that. Okay, go ahead.
we appoint the board, the city council appoints the board, but we are precluded from doing anything to enforce anything with the housing authority. It is funded by the federal government, and any grievance procedure is prescribed by the feds.
Okay, then I need their information.
I don't have their information.
What's been done, this woman is still terrorizing these people. And another thing that bothers me is if she knows somebody's coming, she puts boxes of people's information in a box and puts them in a box. People have seen her do that. Also, she will not let you get, she won't let you write a check for your rent, and she won't let you get, a cashier's check. Only a money order. And she has messed over so many people over the years, from what I've been told, and I've talked to her. I don't see anybody else. They need to, that's what they need. And it needs to be a surprise on her. I got her abandoning her car because she was so right. This lady, and they don't feel like they're giving the housing. They feel like prisoners, they say. And that's not right.
Kevin, can we dig a little deeper and see if we can't find a regional representative?
I'll see if I can find out what the grievance procedure is.
And then get our board members together. I'd kind of like to schedule a meeting with them. Thank you.
I mean, I request you can do this for your food price now.
Yes, ma'am.
And a lot of people losing because of it. And they have no other place to go to have more. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry, Mrs. Turner, I missed the general comments. Oh, it's, now that I see it, it's very clear. Yes. They most definitely will. Thank you, Mrs. Turner.
I would like you to do your meeting, to go talk to the residents there. Because I'm serious, I'm not ready to get hold of the new faces on this board and everything.
We certainly will. All right, moving on to the consent agenda. Consider approving minutes of council meeting held on October 13th, 2025. They were included in your packet. As I recall, that's exactly how it happened. We have a motion and a second to approve the minutes. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay? That motion carries. Item 2, discussion and possible action regarding the sale of JAG Aviation.
Barry, you want to introduce?
And we have Mr. Brian Kurtz here, who is the inspector fire, who will be the fire chief.
All right,
Thanks, Barry.
the floor is yours.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having us tonight. Good to meet you. We're excited to take on the acquisition of JAG as well as several other fixed base operators throughout the country. I represent a company called Wesley Emerson Holdings.
Go ahead.
So we represent a holding company called Wesley Emerson Holdings. There you go. So we were founded and have done several investments throughout Central Texas. Our family operated Gage Technologies, which is based in Waco. I'm not a McGregor resident, but just right down the road in Marina. This is a family-owned business. We brought on some other partners as aviation. All based in technology, aviation, and risk. Some other home building, construction, technology, and others. So now we also own aircraft that we manage for rental as well. There you go. So we brought some groups of us here. I've been the CEO for the last 30 years in the tech company called Gage Technologies. My brother, who is also on board and executive at Gage. My mother's also with us tonight and has been involved in our startups and risk management insurance, and was recently brought on Steve McLeod, who's the founder of McLeod. So we're rolling out videos in TSTC, and one in Kansas, and we see future expansion through Tyler. So we with these four models, right? We're a Christian company, faith-based leadership, and we're rooted in integrity. We put people and relationships over profit, so we take a different approach. We're not out to go make $1 million every day, right? We want to value our people, invest in our culture and our community. And that's really where we want to partner with the city of McGregor. If you as council members, we want to see you at the airport. We want to see you regularly at the airport and see how it's going. It's a very vital part of this community, and it's busy out there. We pride ourselves in customer service, better, and always going above and beyond. So, able to get the whole screenshot of who we are as a financial company. I believe that Brian provided handouts with our projections. That's of course across multiple businesses, and I know it's a bit of an eye chart if you printed it out. I apologize. I think Kevin's got a copy of Brian, we can email that. Great. So there's kind of the strength to roll out what we're looking to do. So we provided that. What are our growth areas? So we want to expand leveraging markets for transition to in-house technical and operational support as well, all those aviation aspects. We're going to move into more of a Part 91 as well. Part 91, if you look under the FAA, Part 91 is borrowing. We can then utilize fleet and airplanes that will add for revenue base for people like people in McLennan County and beyond that can charter or use dry lease aircraft to get around. We know that even proven challenging to get on an airliner and go somewhere. It's supposed to be in Mexico tomorrow, and the flight got canceled. We all know that complexity. So we want to drive that at McGregor, right? Where we can put people on an airplane out of an uncontrolled field and get them around the world. So future expansion, we're going to look at that Part 135 charter, becoming a boutique executive travel focus for individuals. We have some high net worth individuals at the end of McGregor there. Time I take off from runway 35 and head out, I pass right over our very nice neighborhood with individuals that can use the services, which is right there in the backyard. So we want to expand on that. Yeah, so financial strength, again, you guys on council have a snapshot of what we have, what the moving EBITDA is going to look like in the next 3 to 5 years. We've got some aggressive, but I would really think realistic there between all of that. Yeah, any questions?
No, I don't have any.
I can't say enough. We'd love to have you out there. Got Gary Jack here, good friends, and a regular. And yeah, we'd love to see you guys out there, part of the city, and it'd be something great. Which is more revenue in the city.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right. Unless council has any questions, I'll entertain a motion.
Make a motion we
Approve.
approve the sale of JAG Aviation.
I'll second.
The motion. Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay? That motion carries. All right, Ms. Harmon, I'm gonna go ahead and, we're gonna backtrack a little bit, go back to pub companies, and come on up. That's quite all right.
But I will try to make it as fast as possible. I think I talked about this once before, about our code enforcement, going to some of the houses, it's got a lot of debris and stuff sitting around the house. If anything, it's gotten worse. And I'm asking the city, you all need to enforce that. You have these new homes coming in, who wants to buy a home, and then your neighbor got all this stuff sitting out front? Are river down here. And it cleaned my car, but it would not remove the top dust off. She had to get on a stool and get up on top of my car and use a, pretty firm brush. And I wanted to take the, paint off with something really firm to break that stuff up. So that's what we have it. And everybody's on that street is coated like that, and you can't continue to go to the car wash because it's too expensive. I did my car one day, and the next day or two, it was back just as bad, and you ought to see what the inside of the house is like. I does, but I'm having to dust every other day, because it's an embarrassment, somebody walk in your house and all that dust is sitting. And you don't want nobody thinking that you're not keeping your house clean. So, I'm concerned about that. I don't know if anybody else on that street is concerned, but I'm speaking right now for that street. So, and I'm gonna say, one thing, I didn't have it on me, I forgot to put it on, but I'm gonna make it real short. I'm concerned about the traffic. That traffic is gonna come off of 317, and it's gonna go down Lower Lane. It's gonna come off of 317, North Main, it's gonna go to the north end of, Woodward. We're gonna be caught right in the middle. We are be caught in some kind of traffic jam, because it's gonna be easier for the people there that come that way than to go out the other way and possibly hit 84. Because they won't have to worry about waiting on the light or whatever, but it'll be quicker for them to come this way, and we're gonna catch it. And we still have a lot of young people who live out there, going to work at 7 o'clock in the morning. And my other concern is about those little kids catching the bus. Where's the bus stop? And there's a lot of little kids live out there, and these are elementary kids. So the city, please start looking into that.
Absolutely.
That's gonna be a severe problem out there.
And I assure you that we share in your frustration with the condition of the roads.
I believe they're scheduled to get paved this week, knock on wood, assuming the asphalt is gonna be available this time and it doesn't rain. It has been a long, arduous issue, I know, and I apologize, but between weather and contractors, and they did some of their own damage to their own work, yes, we're very frustrated, but bear with us just a little while longer.
All right, we'll move on to item number 3, hold public hearing regarding application for replat of 214 Hayes Street. Ryan, would you like to go ahead and present that?
Yes, sir. Good evening, council, mayor. This is a application for a replat of 214 Hayes Street. Actually, this rung a bell with me. Look back, we did visit this in November of 24. For whatever reason, they didn't produce a plat, and so they are coming back to us requesting that this lot be divided. It's actually 4 lots under one parcel ID with the appraisal district. So the request is to combine these 2 lots and these 2 lots and have 2 buildable parcels there. Right now, the lot is 120 by 120, so 14,400 square feet. So the requested replat would make them 60 by 120, which would make them 7,200 square foot apiece. And this is R6 zoning, so they would exceed the zoning minimum. Water and wastewater are in the street there, and there was a structure, if you look here, there was a structure there, so this would be a potential for a good infill candidate if they wanted to meet all the requirements. It was approved by recommended for planning and zoning for replat.
All right, we'll go ahead and open the public hearing at 7:10. Close the public hearing at 7:10, and we will move on to item 4, discussion and possible action regarding application for replat of 214. We've already seen this. I will entertain a motion.
I make a motion, we approve the application for item 214 Hayes Street.
Motion is second. Is there any further discussion? motion carries. On to item 5, discussion possible action regarding Next Link lease agreements.
This is the extension of a lease for 7 additional years for Nextlink that has equipment, communications equipment on our water tower on Johnson Drive. They pay $300 a month, plus they give us a internet connection that I'm quite frankly not sure we've ever taken advantage of, but I will find that out. They've been pretty good to work with, and we will also be working with them to put another improved fiber line up to the top so that they can improve their service as well. And Charlie Olson did all the work on this as far as the agreement, the license agreement.
Okay. Mrs. Sterner, I believe you signed up to speak on item 5 as well?
Yeah, I didn't know what the lease entailed. I was hoping that it was the precursor to getting excellent service for our residents and businesses here in McGregor. We need more competition in regard to internet service, and I was hoping that that's what this was, and I can see already.
This should upgrade their service.
Okay.
And also, Astound is all over town putting fiber. I'm sure they've been up your street already. They've been up, I think I'm told they're just about done with all the streets. They've been about to drive us crazy, but
That's great news, because when the city only had franchises, restaurants, AKA Time Warner before that, the prices can be a little bit onerous to a lot of people.
we had another service that was in town installing underground, and it was Rise Fiber, and they also have a presence here, and they were going pretty fast, and then Astound came to town, and those guys disappeared. And no one who is on my list or on my phone list for them answers the phone anymore. It's like they just evaporated.
Well, thank you for that, for the information about all of this.
Yeah. If you don't like what you've got, I'm sure Astound will be happy to provide you.
All right. I will entertain a motion on item 5.
Make a motion, we approve the Next Link lease agreement.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay. That motion carries. Item number 6, discussion possible action regarding city road closures for a 5K and 1 mile walk run tinsel trot to be held on Saturday, December 13th, 2025, beginning at 9 a.m., hosted by the Texas Museum of Theater and Broadcasts. And I assume this is you, Cameron? Okay. When Mr. McCain wrote his name on here, underneath you, he kind of went all over the place.
So my name's Cameron Connie. I'm a member of the board for the Texas Museum of Theater and Broadcast. We're wanting to do the trot started at 9. We're only anticipating it to take about 2 hours, and then it's going to go. We're going to start right in front of the Texas, and then it'll go down the 3rd, and then go to 6th, go down Jefferson. We were thinking about using the trail to turn around the launch pad park, but if for whatever reason we're not able to do that.
Absolutely able to do that.
And then we would kind of hike it back down 6th Street and then into the, back here in front of the theater, and then we're gonna do just a mile route as well. Since it's only projected to take about 2 hours, I didn't know if we needed to, porta potties, if that was the thing, or if we had to get that approved, if we did decide to, but it's just to have the vehicle.
That's a really good question, Kevin. What do you think?
We don't require it for something that short, but it might not be a bad idea to have a couple.
Okay, and if we did decide to, then we don't need to, we wouldn't go back here for any reason.
No.
Might work with Chad and James on where it's at.
Okay, and that was my other question, was where they said we would be able to.
The gentleman on the left side there waving his hand, he's in charge of their case, glasses and
I'll give you Chad's card.
he's in charge of the police folks and with the path you've chosen, it will be fairly long. So we-
Is there any other questions? As far as what it's
I don't believe so.
So you say Texas.
Me
I've been here
too.
looking at it for 15 years.
Yes.
All right, well, I will entertain a motion.
Make a motion, we approve the city road closures for 5-10 mile walk run tinsel brought to be held Saturday, December 13th, 2025.
There's a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion?
Do I abstain if
No,
I'm on
you
the
don't.
board? Okay,
You can't, we don't know the people.
okay.
Okay, so all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay? That motion carries. Item number 7, discussion possible action regarding State Highway 317 temporary road closure on December 13th from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. from 11th Street North to West 2nd for the Christmas parade hosted by the McGregor Movement, and authorize city secretary to file request and other supporting documents with the Texas Department of Transportation for final approval. That's a mouthful.
It's a normal parade route and normal request and one of your normal parades.
So,
But you need to say that time. The roads will be closed from what, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Right.
I second.
all right, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay? That motion carries. All right, discussion possible action regarding resolution R 22-2025, a resolution of the city of McGregor of votes cast to elect directors for the McLennan Central Appraisal District for a 4-year term beginning January 1st, 2026.
See in the email, copy of the email that Angela just handed you, the information from Jim Halbert. MCAD, we nominated, what's that Twitter's name? Ben Perry. We nominated Ben Perry, he declined. The county has asked Jim Smith, who's a commissioner, take that spot, and both Mr. Perry and Judge Scott Cochran asked us to support that. And I visited with the school superintendent, and we would be considering him as well, of course he does, he's a elsewhere. But if we can combine our votes with the county, we'll at least have some good solid representation.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
I think Ben twisted his arm pretty hard to take it, so he feels better about it.
All right, so our 42 votes for Commissioner Smith, and he is a good man, he really is. Okay, well, I will entertain a motion.
I make a motion, we approve resolution R 22-2025 and appoint Jim Smith. 42 votes for Jim Smith.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay. That motion carries, which takes us into closed meeting. Closed meeting pursuant with Chapter 551 Texas Government Code in accordance with the authority contained in Section 551.071 Legal and Section 551.087 Economic Development. We are under economic development tonight, discussion regarding economic development negotiations, including commercial or financial information received from a business prospect seeking to locate, stay, or expand in or near the city of McGregor, and to discuss economic development negotiations and or to deliberate the offer of a financial or other incentive to a business prospect. Hearing we will be going into closed meeting at 7:20. come back into open session at 8:07. We have, manager's comments?
Nope.
Comments from council?
Nope.
We'll go ahead and adjourn at 8:07.